Candy Darling was a Warhol superstar who appeared in his films Flesh in 1968 and Women in Revolt in 1972. But she was also just a hair's breadth away from mainstream success, co-starring as Karen in 1971's Some of My Best Friends Are with Gary Sandy, who would later go on to star in WKRP in Cincinnati, and Rue McClanahan, who is best remembered as Blanche Devereaux in The Golden Girls. And she had a brief appearance in what would be her final film role in the 70s horror film Silent Night, Bloody Night, which also featured prolific character actor John Carradine, who played a surgeon in the 1970 film Myra Breckinridge. Darling had been up for the title role in Myra Breckinridge, opposite Hollywood legend and bad girl Mae West. The character of Myra Breckinridge was an aspiring actress who travels to Hollywood after gender reassignment surgery, where she also makes a claim to her uncle's estate. Although Candy made it through the entirety of the audition process, ultimately she lost the role to actress Raquel Welch. Darling was devastated when she found out that she had lost the role. Judging from the accounts of what went on behind the cameras between Mae West and Raquel Welch, it may have been better for everyone involved if the leading role had in fact gone to Candy Darling. Upon being cast, Welch had arranged an audience with Mae West. At their meeting, Welch revealed later in interviews that she believed West was in fact a, quote, man in drag. "What did you say your name was, honey?" West quipped when she received Welch at her home. Afterward, West remarked, "She's a pretty young thing, but no, quote, real woman would play that role." Problems on set followed quickly. Mae West, who had not appeared in a movie in over 2 decades, refused to appear in the same frame as Welch. She also did not want to stand next to Welch, either in film or in any photographs. West even had one of Welch's costumes for a scene they had together confiscated, a black dress. When Raquel Welch called the producer about her missing dress, she was informed that black and white were non-colors, and only Mae West would be wearing non-colors. Wardrobe sent a red dress as a replacement costume to Raquel's dressing room the day of filming. After hacking the dress to shreds, Raquel wore her own dress to set, her own black dress, and this is the dress that appears in the movie. Years and decades later, Raquel Welch would retell this experience over and over and over. Mae West, quote, looked like a dock worker in drag. Welch went on to say that her memories of making the film were very painful. It seemed to her as though everyone involved was trying to make a completely different film. Using today's terminology, it appears as though West did not want a cis woman cast in the role, preferring a trans actress or drag performer to be cast instead. Welch, who had spent years accusing Mae West of being a man in drag, seemed to only begin after West's passing in 1980. In many of the interviews that had audiences in attendance, Welch would receive laughs while taking digs at West, but that began to change over time, and in the early 2000s, her shots were met instead with silence from the audience, and in one case, pushback from the interviewer, who retorted, "Not that there's anything wrong with that," to which Raquel Welch agreed, and then acknowledged West's vast amount of talent, credited her for originating camp, and then admitted that she has faced the same accusations about her gender throughout her career. So, what do you guys think? Do you think it would have been a better experience for all involved if Candy Darling had been cast as Myra Breckinridge instead of Raquel Welch? Or do you think that Candy Darling actually dodged a bullet by not being cast and saving herself a whole lot of drama with Mae West? So that's pretty much all for you today. I hope you guys liked this video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you guys want to make sure that you know every time I upload a video, make sure to hit the notification bell so you won't miss out on any of my future uploads. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you guys next time.